Here we are again. Quick impromptu video here. I'm going to talk about this Andrew Tate bullshit again. Everyone's favorite uncontrollable alpha male 1.0 goofball who is doing everything I predicted he would do, and everything I predicted would happen to him has now happened because he didn't do what I said he should do a few months ago. So I'm not going to talk about the specifics of the arrest and whether or not he's guilty and whether or not these women were held against their will. I don't care. As I've been saying for 10 plus years, I've been saying we live, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, we live in a hypersensitive left-wing world. A hypersensitive left-wing world. Governments, social media, big tech, corporations. We live in a hypersensitive left-wing world, which means in a hypersensitive left-wing world, there are certain things you are not allowed to say on the internet, even if they're true, or even if you think they're true, or even if millions of people agree with you. You're not allowed to say them, okay? You're also not allowed to do certain things and have certain types of businesses. You're not allowed. And several months ago, you can go on my channel and look, I did a YouTube video on Andrew Tate, and I predicted several things several months ago. First, I predicted he's going to be canceled. If he keeps saying the things he's saying, he's going to be canceled. And I was right. Literally 10 days after I recorded the video, he was canceled off social media. But I also said, and go back and watch the video if you want, I also said two other things. I said, if he keeps going, doing what he's doing, he's going to get either thrown in prison or killed. He'll be thrown in prison by the cops or he'll be killed by the mafia. And the reason I said that, as I said in that video, is crazy off-the-chain lifestyle models are not long-term sustainable. They work for a few years, especially if you're a young guy in your 20s, maybe early 30s, and he's still a pretty young guy. But they don't work forever. And I said in that video, if I were talking to Andrew Tate, him and I alone in a room away from the world, me as an older guy advising a younger guy on what to do, I would say, dude, brother, you gotta reel it in. You gotta reel it in. You gotta calm it down. There are certain things you're doing you can't keep doing. There are certain things you're doing in your business you can't keep doing. You have to stop doing them. There are certain things you're saying publicly on social media you can't say anymore. You have to stop doing this or you're in for a fall. And I also predicted he probably wasn't going to do those things because he's a true blue alpha male 1.0. And as I've talked about for many years in my books, the primary need of the alpha male 1.0 is to be heard. You need to fucking listen to me, and everyone needs to fucking listen to me. And because he had this desire to be heard, he couldn't keep his big dumb mouth shut. He's now sitting in a Romanian prison. A Romanian prison. You don't want to go to prison or jail in Eastern Europe. If you want to go to jail in Europe, go to jail in Western Europe. Not Eastern Europe. They don't fuck around in Eastern Europe when you go to jail. Holy shit. All of this because he wanted to, attack Greta Thunberg, a mentally ill teenager. Who gives a shit about this person? But he couldn't stop himself. He had to make a video. And because he left a pizza box in the video, now he's sitting in prison. By the way, those of you who are famous or public figures on the internet, or if you want to become a public figure on the internet, whenever you do a video, you just have to do this in a hypersensitive left-wing world. You have to check everything else in the video besides you, everything in the background and everything in the foreground. And if there's anything in the background or foreground that might be a problem, even if you don't think it's a problem, you have to take it out. You have to stop and pause and look at the own video, look at the frame, and make sure. I do this every time I do a video, every time, including impromptu videos like this, or when I'm walking around, I look at the background, I see exactly what's there, and I say, okay, is there anything in the background or foreground that I don't think is a problem, but could be a problem? Just a few months ago, I did an impromptu video like this, and there was a certain object in the background, and I didn't think it was any big deal, but I said, you know what? I probably should move that thing. That will cause a bunch of questions and arguments that I want to have. So I moved it off the frame and then recorded the video. It took 3 seconds. This was a very dumb mistake Andrew Tate made, and I don't care how much you love him, and I realize if you love Andrew Tate, there's a percentage of you who think he's God no matter what he does wrong, similar with Trump supporters. He can do no wrong with certain people, that's fine. But he made a really dumb mistake. And he did it because of hubris. He did it because of arrogance. I'm Andrew Tate, I'm top G, I can do whatever I want, nothing bad will ever happen to me. Which many of you said when I predicted exactly this in the video I did several months ago. He's following the same pattern as Roosh V. I've seen this movie before, not once, but several times. He's following the exact same pattern as Roosh V. Roosh V, when he hit about his mid-30s, and I've talked about how players always have these midlife crises in their mid-30s, Andrew Tate's following the same model. Rushdi took the God pill. Now Andrew Tate's taking the God pill, converted to Islam. He said he moved to Dubai like me. Apparently he didn't move to Dubai. He just visited Dubai. He was still living in Romania. I don't know if he really has a place in Dubai. Fine, that's great. Whatever. The problem with all this crap, god damn it, is that it makes it 10 times harder for guys like us, guys like me. It makes it 10 times harder for guys like Alpha Male 2.0s who do get laid a lot, who do have sex with multiple women, but who don't tell these women what to do. And we let them live their lives because we're too busy focused on their own missions and our own lives to worry about what other women are doing. And now, this human trafficking thing, again, this is nothing new. You used to be able to go on Craigslist and use Craigslist as a dating site until several years ago. What happened? They removed their entire dating function, removed millions of people off that site who were just there to date. Why? Because of human trafficking, which is the hypersensitive left-wing's world, or the hypersensitive left-wing view of pay for play. Now, I'm sure he was doing a lot more worse things than just paying chicks to have sex with him. I've seen the police reports, so I've heard transcripts of them. He was doing more than that. Not going to comment on that. But my point here is, for example, not coincidentally, or maybe coincidentally, I had an online webinar coming up in January on how to do sugar daddy game. Because a lot of you guys have asked me, a lot of you older guys have asked me about this. It's all ready to go. I planned it all out. The promotion is pretty much done. I'm having second thoughts now about doing this. Because now all of social media is going to freak the fuck out and overreact, which is what they always do, because of Andrew Tate, and freak out about human trafficking and consider that any pay for play is considered human trafficking, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to get my YouTube channel banned. Coincidentally, I was just banned on TikTok. I reached 20,000 followers on TikTok, and I was just banned off TikTok. Of course, we don't know why. We're working on it right now. We'll probably get it back, hopefully. And I wasn't even talking about women or dating over there. It's a Sovereign CEO channel. I just talked about 5 flags in business over there. I had one video that went viral, over 300,000 views, and then banned. Okay. So every time this happens, and again, this has happened before. I've been through this process several times last 16 years. Some guy comes to prominence, says shit he shouldn't be saying, goes way too far, gets in big trouble. The hypersensitive left-wing world punishes the guy, takes him off the chessboard, and then makes it even more difficult for guys like me, who are honest, who don't break the law, who control what comes out of their mouths because they understand what the limits are, who don't tell women what to do, who don't get involved in anything illegal. Now, Andrew Tate's just made it that much harder for me. Just like Roosh did, just like various other people did in the past I'm not going to mention. That's it. If you're an Alpha Male 1.0, the lesson to be learned here is try, for the love of God, try to shut up. Try to control your mouth. Try to just reel it in a little bit. You're going to get in trouble. The parallel here is when an Alpha Male 1.0 cheats on his wife or cheats on his girlfriend. What does he do? He tells everybody. That's why Alpha Male 1.0s always get caught when they cheat. They can't keep their goddamn mouths shut because their big need is you need to hear me. I need to express myself and everyone needs to listen to me. The Alpha Male 2.0 is outcome independent. We don't care. We just live our lives. Andrew Tate could have lived a wonderful, amazing life from age 35 to age 80. He could have done it. He had that opportunity. He blew it. And he's going to keep blowing it, in my opinion. It's that. That's it.